Well, I was reconnected. I'm getting like weird pop-up messages. Okay. Why? My computer is acting really, really weird. Ah. Yes. Oh, there it goes. Got the live stream was taking forever to connect. I was beginning to think that it wasn't going to work. Hello, Rainbow. Oh, honey, did you get the printer?
Hello, hello?
Yes, it is on.
Hello?
Yes, on. Apparently, Mandy cannot hear me. Are we is the... Can you hear me, Rainbow?
Can hear you via the stream. Is Discord, that's the issue.
Okay.
Which means there's a delay.
Ah,
Which means the whole point of this card is useless.
it's a mute point.
Yes, it's a mute point.
Three, two, one. I'm having some kind of weird computer problem, so kind of bear with me if there's some hiccups because something weird's going on and I have no idea why. I am joined tonight by Mandy. We have a Mandy cam again. Yay! So, all right. Cool. We got like 4 people on the horizontal stream and nobody on the vert. That's amazing. That's a little bit different. I am suffering from a burnt finger. I don't know if this is going to have any effect on my capabilities here. No, I think it's my system is buffering, and I don't know why. It normally never does this. I keep seeing a notification saying that OBS is reconnecting. I don't know what it's trying to connect to or why it wasn't connected, but that's not how it's supposed to play.
The printer is not connected.
Okay. I will turn it off and back on again. Okay, it's making blinky blinky light. Okay, this is weird. So for once, the vertical stream doesn't seem to be getting noticed at all. There's not been one view. We had like a couple thousand last week. Weird. Oh, we had one view. Lasted 8 seconds.
Still no printer.
Huh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I tried holding my finger on the button to see if that would make the printer work. But it didn't seem to change anything. That's so weird. In my headphones, there was this noise that was like, whoop. I have no idea why, or what it was, or how. It's really weird.
To get us tonight.
Yeah, it seemed like a day of just technical difficulties. At least we got Mandy Cam back, so that's a plus. Oh, we have another viewer over on the vertical stream. Hello. Somebody's over there. Couple. Cool. I was starting to think that YouTube wasn't showing my video to anybody. Cool. Well, hello, welcome. I'm Kevin. Trying to get a bag made out of tying knots. And I'm also kind of leveling it off as I go along because I kind of want to just do it in chunks as opposed to bite off more than I can chew and go around big time. I'm also trying to make this look as if it's randomized. Yeah, I wonder. It seemed to be having computer buffering thing issues. Hey, hi Rara. Apparently Rara's frozen. I kind of want to set this up. Like, how cold is it? Vertical stream. If you guys have questions, just ask. I will try to answer. Oh, it's buffering again. Why is it buffering? -5. That's chilly. Goodness gracious. Wow. I can't believe you guys are all dealing with colds. There it goes again. It's saying that the OBS disconnected.
Yeah. Yep, it did. Because both your streams froze.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my computer. I restarted and did everything from scratch right when I started this stream. So there shouldn't be
buffering.
Yeah, I see it. Hang on, I'm going to try something. Okay. Nope.
Wow.
Hang on, I want to see two. It's like my Wi-Fi is bad. Oh, there it is. Wow. That looks awesome. So I've tried to explain to Mandy before how -1 can be warmer than like +2 or 3. And only people who really experience winter would even recognize this. But when it's like 2 or 3 degrees out, like when I'm talking Celsius, by the way, so this is 0 is freezing. So at 2 and 3 degrees, you've got liquid, and if you get soaked, you can lose all your body heat and you can freeze like crazy. But if it's minus anything, 0 or below, yeah, you can just dust that stuff off of you. It's so much easier. So yeah, seeing all this snow, like, man. I used to walk to work like 5 miles in the snow. I did that for a long time. So yeah, so I have a burnt finger because today got up this morning and got all excited, sauteed up some onions, and tried to make an onion bread, which turned out kind of okay. Wasn't bad. Obviously needs a little bit more practice and stuff, but yeah, trying to move the pot in the oven, I ended up touching one of the little rails that holds the shelf things in the oven. I don't know. I'm not a baker. I don't know technical terms, but I do know burnt. Owie. Really hurt. But doesn't seem to be in the way of me nodding. I do use my pointer finger a lot. So yeah. Yeah, so obviously this morning I was super amped up, gonna bake something, got really excited, did a bunch of stuff. About 4 o'clock this afternoon, I was putting together some web pages to, showing the patterns and stuff that I make. And I was working on it, and I was just not able to put two thoughts together consecutively. And I was just like, man, am I just so burnt out on this that I just can't seem to focus at all to save my life? And it was about that time when I realized, like, oh, maybe it's time for meds. And looked over and noticed I hadn't taken my morning meds. And so the clue that you didn't do morning meds was just almost an inability to do functions that I normally kind of is all right. So yeah, when people ask, do ADHD meds really work? Yes, absolutely. Works really, really well. I sometimes forget like how lucky I am that I have meds for it. Yeah, the bar was so much lower when we were younger. You could make a crappy ashtray for a person who didn't even smoke, and they would still like it. I know from experience. I made my mom an ashtray once. She asked me why. Well, I don't know. All the other kids are making ashtrays. Wow. So yeah, now the vertical stream is starting to do the thing. We are up to 48 views, 5 people watching, so that's cool. Hello, guys. Ah. Cool, we're up to like 9 people watching. So the tricky part to this is trying to make it look randomized. Seeing as how I'm not like throwing dice or doing something. Just kind of relying on saying, well, that looks far enough. Go to the next color. Oh my God. I don't know if any of you guys like check out Reddit, but I'm on the friendship bracelets over on Reddit, like that page or whatever the heck they call it. And I had posted a couple weeks ago an update on this bag, and got called out for not having anything to give it a sense of scale. And but they specifically said, what, no banana for scale? And shortly after that comment, I found this. And yeah, it's like about an inch, you know? So when I was told that I needed a banana for scale, I'm like, oh, I'm totally using this thing. And I did. And it's gotten so many views and so many likes, and everybody lost their mind over how funny that was. And yeah, we're still having buffering issues. I can't tell what the cause is. Let me try something here. Trying to figure out. So according to YouTube, I've got excellent collection. What is going on here? Ethernet's fine. So I don't get what's going on with the computer. I brought up the task manager to see if I could see what's actually causing the problems. It does not say that there's an issue. I am really confused, guys. I really tried to put out the best, you know, keep the streams running strong, do the things right. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try. Oh wait, no. I was gonna. Oh yeah, I know what I can do. I'm gonna. Let's see if that does anything. No, it's still freezing up. The Ethernet's the my bandwidth seems to be fine. CPU is like 50%. Memory is like 15 out of 31. So yeah, it's about half. Everything's should be fine. Yeah, nothing seems to be lacking, so I have no absolute understanding as to why I keep hitting laggy spells. It doesn't make sense. I was expecting to see like the little graph paper thing that shows like all the progress of everything, memory and CPU and stuff. I was expecting to see something hit 100%, and that would be like, oh, that's the fault. That's what's not working. But no, everything seems to be going like it's supposed to. So there's like no logical excuse for it. So weird. So just kind of winding it around a little bit more. Yeah, so I still can't get with the computer problem. If any of you guys are like super computer knowledgeable, that's including you guys over on the vert screen, what could be causing my computer to keep glitching? It doesn't, there's nothing showing up on the performance, like the CPU, memory, Ethernet, nothing seems to be an issue or at fault. Doesn't make sense. Wow. It's really kind of coming along. I really like this. So if anybody's got questions, I'm not too busy to answer. I can't believe there's like 9 people hanging out. Like there's a bunch of people there, but not saying a word. I guess it's a little bit harder on the vertical chat to open up the chat thing, maybe? Is that it? The best. Oh, has anybody tried any of the ornaments that are available now? The videos are out. I don't know if any of you guys have actually seen any of those, but there's like a bunch of videos out now. Whoa. I hate that. Every once in a while, my computer just decides, like, nope, stop playing the music here. You probably want it on your phone. So weird, so random. Oh, I just realized by having turned the screen cutting mat thing around the other way, that the little lines will actually kind of show you what scale everything is. That's kind of funny. Not that you need it. You got my fingers for, you know, my hands will show you what size. They'll usually have that turned around the other way. Everybody's so quiet. Must be too cold for everyone. Poking the fingers out from under the blanket to type can be a thing. I remember the days. Mandy probably remembers that. Me being cold, dead of winter.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 140 strings going around this thing. It's a whole cylinder, and it's just like keep having to like pull up an area like to work on. It's working out, I guess. So now that I'm getting further down in here, I just have to start like being a little bit more concerned as to how I choose which threads, because I don't want to run some out while leaving others really, really long. It'd be really nice if I didn't have to add or replace strings along the way. And when I say really nice, I mean really, really nice, because nothing takes away the momentum quite like having to replace string. Oh, I know what I can talk about. So before the stream started, Mandy and I were talking about the fact that little little trivia stuff here that you guys probably don't even notice. But behind me, I have lights to kind of separate me from the background. And one of them stopped working for a bit because of the outlet thing that makes it so I can just like remote it from my phone. And so yeah, I had to unplug it, plug it back in, and when I did, it changed colors from the color I put into it to the color red. So it went from like a bluish green to a red, and I want it back to the original. I've tried the remotes. I got new batteries for the remotes. I have done everything in my power. So if the background doesn't look quite right, it's not my fault. I have really tried really hard to get that sorted. It just won't do it. I have no idea why. And there's two lights back there, so I can't tell which light works which of the two things. But neither of them work. Yeah, and I can't seem to figure out how to fix that. Hey, just string things. AITA. AIT.
Somebody else.
It's a what?
Hmm?
I don't know what that stands for or what it means. I just got stupid.
MID.
Am I? Oh. Yes. She's probably typing really hard. And we're all like trying to rush her over here. Type faster. We've had 238 people on the Vert stream. I keep trying to talk to them, but nobody wants to say anything. Hi, Cherry. Welcome. I looked up and I saw 11:23. I'm like, oh my God, it's almost time for the puzzle. I'm like, oh, wait, that's the date. So we'll have a puzzle game in about 40 more minutes. You hadn't figured out by my excitement there. Wait, how did you find out that the family wanted you there? So whatever computer problems you were having seems to maybe sort itself. I don't see glitchy anymore. Nice. Ooh, good questions, Terry. Wow. I like good questions. Time per inch, I have no idea. I can do about a 1 inch wide bracelet, maybe a little bit more than 1 inch wide bracelet, um, in about 80 minutes. So that's like 6 or 7 inches long. I can do that for like you said, about 80 minutes to do that. Um, as far as fatigue goes, I can go pretty much all day. Of course, that wasn't always the case, but back during the pandemic, I worked on a project for like, I don't know, 10 hours a day, something like that, for 9 months. And yeah, I kind of really built up the whole repetitive motion and stuff. Mind you, you can't really see how little I move the rest of my body. It's mostly a little bit of shoulder, and then at the elbows, the arms, but very little of me actually moves in the whole process of it. So there's very few muscles that are actually like super conditioned to this. Is it doing it? Why would my computer? Well, it says my Ethernet just peaked. I don't have any sound effects on or anything like that, so it shouldn't be weird. Mind you, I've been making bracelets since like the late 80s. So definitely have a lot of experience at this. Kind of makes it a little bit easier. It's the penguins. It's the penguins are taking over. I'm picturing the guys from the show, the Madagascar thing. That would be hilarious. Hang on, I got some strings that tangled around themselves that want to go into a knot where it doesn't belong. I hate those. He's got all quiet again. That is a good. I would love. I wonder how long it takes to do the square inch. I once upon a time had hypothesized that this is one of the most expensive fabrics there is because of how small a bracelet is and like how much you charge for a bracelet, and like, you know, the price per inch has got to be expensive compared to pretty much anything else. Yeah, I really thought a burnt finger was going to slow me down today. I am making a small phone bag that is supposed to look like the colors are randomized. It's supposed to look randomized. I'm not sure if I'm nailing it. Ooh. Okay, normal projects, everything is planned well out in advance. With this thing, with it trying to be randomized, I'm not planning anything. I'm trying to be as zen-minded, zone out as much as possible, and then just kind of work with it. I'm looking ahead at the colors because I'm trying not to like replace a color with the same exact color, because then nobody would see the change up. But other than that, I'm really not planning anything. I'm just going around in circles until I get to the length it needs to be. And then I'll turn it inside out, knot it up, cut off the loose ends, and then turn it back right way around. And we will have a small bag. It's really super easy. Like if you can make bracelets, you can do this. If you can't make bracelets yet, I got a bunch of easy tutorial stuff to get you started, and then you can make this. And if you need help along the way, there's always me and live streaming and member streams. So, you know. I have no idea what synesthesia means. What? Anybody? I have no idea. Oh, speaking of the members and all that stuff, behind the scenes stuff, we are about to have as many of our like these streams that we do weekly is up to 161. I'm about to hit 161 on the member streams because I do it like 3 times a week. So it was just a matter of time before the numbers would match up. But that's going to happen probably this week, which I think is kind of interesting. Ooh. That is truly trippy. I've heard that people that can like visualize stuff that they hear make really good musicians because they can like get a better picture of what music is doing and how to be on key and stuff. I think that's really, really cool. I wish I had that. Unless it gets old, then that would suck. It's unfortunate. It's painful. It's still, I Oh, that does sound awful. So even if you could use it towards becoming a musician, you wouldn't want to become like super famous because then you'd have to be stuck in a situation where all the noise was painful. That would suck. Wow. Ooh. Pattern or random? Ooh. Ooh. Terry's got the questions here tonight. Um, um, there are some patterns that I absolutely love. There are patterns that just lend themselves to doing segment knotting, and it's super easy and it's super fun. I've done 3 pillows, and the patterns that I chose to do those pillows in were very deliberate because I knew that I would enjoy doing them. But this is sort of cool. This is mindless work, so that's kind of fun too. Like I feel like I'm not thinking. That's why I'm like keep asking you guys to come up with questions or talk to me, because I don't have to do that level of concentration. Like normal during the week making videos, there's a whole lot of effort put into making patterns that are intense, or maybe they started out easy and I show how to make them a little bit more difficult or make them unique and have fun with it. And so like this is definitely a break from all that kind of stuff, because some of those well, if you remember, you see the videos early, like one of the last ones I did just absolutely had me so frustrated. After 80 minutes, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not doing one more repetition on this thing. It sucks. I hate it. So yeah, that can happen. But there are patterns I absolutely adore. There are patterns that are like, oh man, they just scratch an itch in your mind when it comes to doing it, because they just come together so easily. And yeah, I love those. Like the pattern I did for the wall hanging, it's 866 strings, and it was great. There was so much to concentrate on, and when I started off, it was super hard to get like my mind to wrap around like how I was making the pattern repeat and what it was supposed to do. But once it all started coming together, it just became like, so much easier. Just, I don't know, it was really something. It is probably the most intense thing I've ever made. Not even probably, it is. And I'll probably never make anything that big again. I can't imagine anybody that would be willing to pay me what it was worth to make it. And I've already done it to prove it to myself that I can. But 9 months You know, even if they were only to pay me 2,000 a month to just stay working on one project, that's a pretty sizable amount of money. So I can't picture that there's anybody out there that's just like, yeah, why don't we just throw all this loot at you, take up better part of a year. It would definitely change my whole YouTube channel. Because you just see me working on one thing day after day. Hey, nah. So 15 minutes to the puzzle game, guys. Anybody that's looking forward to that. I was just thinking about, okay, if you guys want, I could do a Black Friday sale for my shop. If anybody's like so. Ooh. Depends on the project. Some projects I would go back a long ways for. But if it's the bracelet that I can just replace the strings, well, it really depends. It depends. That is a good question, though. Like, there have been times where, like, a string snapped and I'm just like, well, that's it. This bracelet's not getting made. But I have taken out a lot of knots in a mistake, on something I actually cared a lot about. So that really it depends on the project, how expendable it is, how far back I would necessarily have to go. Really hard to say. So anyways, I was saying, if I do a sale for like the Black Friday thing, I could like share like an idea for it. Yep. Yes. Now like that on the big project, that was totally a thing. And that was the one I was thinking of, like when I say I would go back a long ways for it. Yeah. Mind you, I have discovered since then, since it's been up on my wall, that there's a couple squares that is the wrong pattern in the square. But I'll be damned if I can find it again. I found it once, and I lost track of where it is, and I tried looking for it again, and I can't see it. It's like my brain won't let me find it or something. I don't know. I can't find it again. It's kind of hilarious if you ask me. Like, honestly, I think it's kind of funny, but yeah, it's not perfect. Pretty awesome, but it's not perfect. Nice. Uh, I learned that there is a blind spot where the optical nerve connects to our eye, and that our brain is really, really good at hiding it from us because it's got information from the other eye, so it can fill in the space where that gap is. And I wonder if there is a similar thing going on in my brain that makes it so when I try to look for the mistake on the project, it kind of just fills it in with something like it's supposed to be. So I like it just does not want me to have the mental breakdown by actually discovering the mistake, because then I would never be able to unsee it. It's like if you ever had like a dead pixel on a computer, you know what it's like to have something menacing in the way and annoying. And that's probably what it would do to me if I could find the mistake again. I wonder if I found it, if I would be like inclined to show people. No, no. That would be pretty cool though. I suddenly picture finding the mistake, and all of a sudden, all the walls just starts going to those little green letters. That's hilarious. No, nobody has ever spotted something from the streams or whatever. In fact, I kind of wish people would notice the mistakes. Like, I just did a video here recently where I actually messed up and left the background track from when I was actually working on the bracelet. I left that soundtrack in there when I did the voiceover and stuff, and nobody noticed. Oh, dude, if I see Keanu Reeves, it's not going to be. Yeah, if it's Keanu Reeves, and dude, I'm thinking of a number, man. Actually, I haven't seen part 3 of that. I need to find out where that is. That was recent, right? There was a part 3 to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Um, that would be kind of neat if somebody did notice like something wrong. Oh, that sucks. Hey, I was afraid earlier that there was something off about the pattern, that it wouldn't go to a straight row all the way across. But I figured I would let this one kind of come in and come to the edge. And yeah, it is. It's all one perfect straight row. So whatever I had done before was some kind of mistake. And yeah, I can rest in knowing that now all I have to do is bring it down further. So this is my phone. So I need to come down about that much. Do I have a ruler? I do. Oh, so like 2 more inches? Maybe just a little bit more, just to make sure. But yeah, not too far. So from the flat, all I have to do is pick an area to start and bring this out a few knots. Just basically turns it into like a little triangle. And then I just take that and go all the way around. Ooh, it's getting close. Cinco. You can't always do everything. So I'm basically trying to keep the color down to below like 10 knots in a row and greater than 3 knots in a row, and work out where I change up where the colors is something different. Because if like you trade out a light one for a light one, it's sometimes hard to see the difference between them. But sometimes I can't help it because whatever reason, there's just too many light ones in an area. Yeah, or I'm trying to avoid using the same dark one again and again, because that could really put a kink in the works if one string runs out too quickly because if you use it too much. So, question. I know for a fact that the person's phone is smaller than my phone, but I've been making it relatively to the similar size of what mine is. Do you think it's better to do it just a little bit bigger, or go ahead and save myself some extra work and then not go quite as big? Because I kind of feel like going a little bit bigger just assures that whatever his next phone is, it's still valid. At least that's the way I'm seeing it, but maybe I'm wrong. That's a valid point. I'm not gonna lie, that is a valid point. All right, it's 11:30. Give me a second. Let me finish up this little row. I'm gonna be super annoyed. Yeah, right? Wow, see? Both sides of that coin. Well done, guys. Yeah, wait till you see how this bag gets finished. Right. Wait till you guys see how it's done, because well, here, I'll slide this down. See this thing? This is the strap is going to go through this. There's one on either side of it, and it's going to make it so when you put the phone in, right, you have to actually pull the strap out of the way to get the phone to go in, and then this will cinch the bag together so you can run, you can do whatever, and the bag isn't going to come loose, or let the phone come out unless you deliberately take it out. Yeah, Rainbow's kind of got a good point there. All right. Wow. That was fast, guys. Amazing. I just freaked myself out big time. Like, let's see, close this, save. Okay, put things back to the way they were. All right, I was getting myself one of these things. I don't know if you guys ever try this. They say it's herbal candy. It's herbal, and it's really nice. If you talk a lot, it's really good with your throat and getting rid of phlegm and stuff. It's awesome. I was fiddling with getting one of those out when suddenly some water dripped onto my hand. And I'm like, was this drool? Did I just like slobber onto myself? Like, what the heck is going on? Like, this doesn't make sense. I'm like, I check my nose. No, my nose feels dry. Where did it drop? I'm looking at the ceiling. Is there something from the ceiling? You know, I'm really like, did I just spittle out of my mouth? Like, how did I do that? There's nothing on my chin. And then I realized this little thing around my neck is to help cool me off. Like sitting here, my neck gets kind of painful and whatever. And it somehow had let a drip of condensation come off and land on my hand. And it really freaked me out. It took me a couple minutes to figure out what was going on. So like while you guys are solving puzzles, I'm solving my own little mystery over here. So yeah. Crazy.
Do you remember your meds?
Oh no, I didn't remember my med. I was too busy freaking out over water dripping from nowhere.
I thought so. Ah.
So seem to see lately. No, just me losing my mind. You know, same old, same old. Is it worth going over that again? That really sums it up pretty well. Yeah. The fact I even checked my nose to see if it was my nose that dripped, that was like, no, not. Oh, so this next week's schedule for live streaming is all, you know, really. is a little bit strange. So I'm going to be streaming on Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. So yeah, because next week is Thanksgiving. Can you believe it? It just blows my mind. Like November is almost over. I don't know. All right. So this time the triangle coming down is bigger than the last time around, which just means it'll take a little longer to get all the way around it. That's okay. Be another Jake Paul. That kind of sounds like a crank thing, to be honest. Seeing something out of the corner of your eye and automatically thinking the worst. Yeah, that sounds like a crank thing. Something that sleep deprivation will do to you. Right. Why am I picturing somebody with like yellow and leather and like the weird ear things on their head? Hey, bub. Oh, I never got to ask. Well, I didn't think of it until now. So Terry, if you're still there, do you make bracelets, or is this like a new thing that you just discovered randomly while going through YouTube? Cavalry? You don't know what a cavalry is. I always feel like I'm the one person, like just everybody else is talking and I just don't understand what's going on. Like it always feels like it's my fate to like be oblivious. Uh, ah. Would that be Superine? Witcherine? Oh, I'm glad you did. You've had a lot of fun questions. Really kind of got me thinking over here. I like that. Well, obviously, if I've been making bracelets for over 30 years, over 35 years, obviously, I'm not exactly a spring chicken here. So it's just the one thing that I find that I can do that really takes the edge off of ADHD. It's like a meditation to me. And I don't know. I just get into it so big time. It really works. And I figure like I have so much experience in this stuff. If I can use some of that to like inspire another generation to do things that are bigger and more intense, like making bags. Cause like when I started making a bag, I never saw anybody else with one. And so there was like no real instructions for me to go from. And now that I'm making them, I noticed there's a lot more people that are trying it out, and you know, it's kind of cool. I like that. I'm not saying I inspired everybody that makes a bag, but I've definitely inspired a number of people who have. And like this one, like this being like easy randomized stuff, like this is really beginner friendly. Like most of all of this is just knots going to the right. The only knot that's different is when I bring in a new color and I go partway left and then back to the right again. And yeah, it just makes it come out the way you see it. Easy peasy. Right on. Well, you started a bag that was just absolutely difficult. Like the last pattern I would want. Right on. I used to do the leather carving. That was fun. I did a little tiny project or two out of stained glass. There's like these little baubles that are glass, are kind of flat on one side and bubbled on the other, that people throw into like vases with flowers or whatever. I took a bag of those and made a thing that went in the window with all these different colors, and when like the sunlight would hit it, it would just shoot beams of light all around the house. It was so cool. Never did anything with a chainsaw, but yeah, I can relate to. Oh, and I can knit. I can. Darn it! My phone keeps trying really hard to take over the sound. Super annoying. I can't help but to think if I was to do chainsaw carvings, I would have to put on the band Jackal, because it would just line up perfectly. You have the earmuffs on, but playing Jackal. So, yeah. Only very few people will probably get that reference, but there was a band in the 90s where they used a chainsaw as an instrument for hard rock. It was the most awesome thing ever. All right, have a good one, Terry. Nice meeting you. Come back again next week and you'll see more progress on this, most likely. Unless I'm back to the spats. I'm a lumberjack now, baby. I have done some kind of work with wood, though. I made a Christmas tree out of wood. It's got like shelves to put stuff on, and we staple the lights and stuff up on it. It's really cool. Made Mandy's uncle start taking pictures to show off how cool he thought it was. The one thing when you're doing random like this, you have to make sure you don't miss a string, because there's nothing pattern-wise to let you know when a change up is coming or like what should be there. You just have to like really kind of watch the edge to see where the strings are and which color to pick up next.
Two hours later.
Let's see if I can find a picture. Hang on. I lost my mouse. There it is. No, I guess I got, double check here. No. I thought, because there had been some pictures that were in with my OBS stuff. Looks like I actually cleared that out. Hang on, let me see if there's... Nope, not there. Huh. Oh, I know one other place it might have. Hang on. No. Do you have pictures of it in your Instagram, honey?
I don't think so.
Oh, wait, found. Never mind, I found. Not the best picture, but hang on. There it is. So it's got a bunch of our favorite stuff stacked in there, and then the bottom two shelves is where all the presents went. So yeah. Ta-da. And if you take the shelves out, the whole thing hinges closed, so it makes for real easy storage. So is that anything like you kind of pictured? Yeah, so we bought like, I don't know, a couple big pieces of wood and then some smaller ones that were, you know, the shelves and stuff. And I did it all with a jigsaw because that's all we had. I needed the jigsaw to make the round corners for the shelves. Right. Yeah, so space is kind of a premium here in Singapore. So being able to fit this into a corner just makes our lives so much easier than trying to, you know, have a whole round tree of them. I could picture a half of one being kind of cool. If you have the wall space to put it up, you know, against the wall, that'd be neat. Right. So that's where the red brighter BB gun goes. If you did a half one, doing one of the shelves as like a little Christmas village would be kind of dope. Run the lights right, you light it up. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. I'm so proud of myself. Roll or not to roll? That is the question. It's gonna roll. Part of her exercise routine, I guess. That and jumping to conclusions. Ooh, if you made the round tree, you could get the little train track to go around one of the rings. No, but that gives me an idea of what I can have prepared for the future. It seems like everybody's got some weather stories this week. What was it like for you? We're having a pseudo winter here in Singapore. Oh, wow. That's some dramatic changes. We've just been dealing with the fact that it's been like 28 instead of 31. So, yeah. Oh, you missed it earlier. I was talking about the fact that I didn't take my meds until almost 4 o'clock this afternoon. When I realized I was really struggling to do some real easy stuff. Like, why am I just, you know, couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then I realized I never took my morning med. Like, my ability to just do mundane tasks is just, nope, brain won't have it. Put some meds in. Okay, let's get it done. Okay, what's that one? Yeah, that's... relatable. Three months later, he said he won't take or return her call. That damn, I find the man. Did you ever had to walk a mile in her shoes? Then they might know what it's like to have. Yeah. Well, things have quieted down over on the vertical stream. It's down to like 3 people. And 1 like. One person was like, yeah, it's cool. Why? What else has he done? Oh, was he? I had no idea because I never watched Hunger Games. Wait, I did watch Hunger Games. At least the first one. I was thinking the other one, the Dragon Show. Oh wow, I had no idea. What was the other show that was very similar, where all of the kids sort of lived inside of a giant walled space, and a bunch of them risked it all to get outside of the wall of what they, like the conformity thing was, everybody took their own spots or whatever, and there was a, it was very similar. Ooh, Maze Runner might have been. I think that's one, but I don't think it's the same one I was thinking of. But yeah, that's sort of in that similar genre. Oh no. Yeah, see, my computer's not doing anything strenuous. Divergent, that was it. That's the one I was thinking of. That was the one. Maze Runner was fun. That was pretty wild. But Divergent was the one I was thinking of. Divergent had the wall. Okay. Was there more than one? I only remember seeing one. I can't read books like that when there's too many people involved because I, in my head, I have to see the faces to be able to make sort of it. Like you get more than 3 or 4 characters, and I just fall apart. Really? I wonder why I only saw the first one then. Huh. Hey, honey, can you jot that down somewhere so we can look it up later?
Watch them.
You've watched them?
You sure? I know we watched the first one together, but I
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. If you can jot it down, we can look up to see if they're available. Because like there's like 30 minutes of live stream left. I will forget all those names by then. Yes. And I don't care if Bruce Willis says it isn't. Bruce Willis has dementia, so his opinions don't count.
That's evil.
Your father's opinions don't count for the same exact reason. Actually, I think pretty sure that everybody would know that Die Hard is a Christmas film, according to me, because last year, right over my shoulder, was a metal box with Bruce Willis in the air vent. Well, that was my Christmas decoration last year. But I have to say, out of the Bruce Willis movies, the one that I probably watched the most was The Last Cowboy, or Last Boy Scout. Sorry, Last Boy Scout. have you guys seen the what do they call that? Where you open up the window for each day of the month. There's the Nagasaki or whatever tower with the dude falling off of it that goes down one each day to Christmas. I think it's an advent calendar. There is a Die Hard advent calendar, and yes, if anybody wants to get me that for Christmas, it will probably go behind me as a display every Christmas season. I think that would be the most awesomest thing. I definitely made this row a little bit bigger than before, but I was just kind of taking a look at it. It's about an inch. For a sit and sleep? What is a sit and sleep? I remember a sit and spin. Little thing that you sat on, you make yourself go dizzy. But I don't know what a sit and sleep is. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm definitely not getting all the way around this row. Wow. I've gone from using regular notebooks to actually having a dated calendar one because I use it all the time. I got a new Hobonichi planner for the next year that's got a bunch of stickers and stuff of Spy Family and a Spy Family cover for it. I am so pumped. Right? Changes. I wonder what Freya would do if Rainbow put the cone around her own neck. You know, if Freya would be like, no, 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 guy, I'll save you from that. Or if she would be like, cool, better her than me.
Mm.
You guys are awesome. Hang on, let's see. Where do we get? So this is my schedule for the week, guys. In case you're wondering and want to catch up with me. Tomorrow I'm making a bracelet, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, Wednesday and Thursday off are because Thanksgiving. So that's pretty cool. And then next week we get around to doing the live stream with members and Patreon peoples because, you know, the month ends on a Saturday, which is pretty wild. So yeah, that's that. That's a thing. Trying to think if there's anything else I was supposed to tell you guys. Yeah, thank you. Hang on. Why is connect to device back to the computer? Yeah. Well, before I go, I want to thank my Patreon supporters as well as my YouTube members for making all this stuff possible. So you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. And I should have done a Thanksgiving thing. That would have been kind of fun. I could picture it. But yeah, thanks guys. I will be back next week. Hopefully this project finishes up soon. All depends on if I get like ahead with the videos and stuff. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'll be back. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.
You can't power me off if you can't catch me. Ha ha ha.
Where's this?